Okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is Knitting Posse, podcast episode 23. I'm Lorien.
I'm Kate.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Laura.
And we are coming to you, we're recording on Monday, November 9th. And we're coming to you from Fairfield County, southwestern Connecticut, on a gorgeous, unseasonably warm November Monday, coming off a similarly gorgeous and unseasonably warm, beautiful weekend. So we're excited to spend a little time with you, show you some knitting we're working on, and some things we received. We are coming into the holiday season, and that's certainly getting me in the mood for gifts and gifting and gift purchases and self-gift purchases. So a couple of quick things to start with. We are running a giveaway. It runs through the month of November. It is in our Ravelry group, Knitting Posse.
And I'll link it down below.
Fantastic. And it is a celebration of friendship giveaway. Our friend Carolyn from Playful Day Yarns is giving away 4 DK skeins of yarn. And I am contributing this beautiful skein of Cashluck's Erin from Skein Cocaine. And the giveaway is actually when you write a post, you're actually nominating someone else to win the 4 skeins from Carolyn, and you have a chance to win the skein I just showed. And it's been so lovely to read the posts that those of you have already put in. There is a limit of 1 post per nominator. So please pop in there. It's just nice to see people giving love to their family, friends, and knitters. And it's a no strings. You don't have to knit anything. It's not a cal or a mal or any of that. It's just the giveaway in celebration of friendship. The couple of other quick announcements. We ran a knit night at noon for us, a couple of Sundays ago, and it was really fun. We had, what, about 25 people or so?
I think there were more than that. There were like 35, I think.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Folks, come on. Yeah. Friends from all over the place. And we also had Alyssa from Knitters League and Ray and Kevin from Needles at the Ready join us. Those are our 2 other Connecticut-based knitting podcasting friends. And that was really nice. As much as we were hoping to hold that in person locally, conditions just didn't allow it. And then we were able to open it up once again to worldwide friends around the world.
We had
some
England,
representation.
Israel, let's see.
A lot of Canada,
yep. And then
South Carolina, I think, right? Yep. A couple from South Carolina.
Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Denver, Colorado, let's see, Tennessee, Georgia. We had Ontario, Canada. We had Montreal, Canada.
Right.
So,
we didn't have as many West Coast US folks have come to our evening ones, and I'm guessing they were still sleeping in on Sunday morning.
Yeah, it was 9 o'clock in the morning for them.
Yeah, we did it at noon Eastern time in the US. But anyway, we're just trying to mix it up. We thought it'd be fun. There are a couple of other announcements. One is we thought it'd be really fun to share support a maker, and write in the comments who you're supporting. I've been doing a lot of gift purchasing, a lot for me. I don't know about you guys. I've purchased my advent calendar a while ago from Playful Day Yarns. That's Carolyn. I also was able to get in on the Cozy Knitter Advent sock skein, which I've never done before. And since socks are coming back into my repertoire after a few years of putting them away, that is where you knit like a stripe a day during Advent. And I'm excited. I haven't received that yet. I'm thinking about supporting Hub City Fibers maybe and doing her 5-day Advent bulky skeins. And I've also supported Madeline Tosh. They're not really a small maker, but they're actually part of Jimmy Bean's wool. And I think that's what I've done recently. Yeah, the other one might be a gift for you, so I can't tell you. But we thought it'd be fun. I don't know if any of you have any other shout outs to makers. Even if you haven't received them, holiday time is a really busy time for dyers and designers in our knitting community. And we just thought share in the comments, who you're supporting. A lot of times it will pop into Etsy, maybe not even quite realize who, know who we're supporting. I have one.
Oops.
Yeah, one acquisition I supported, which we'll show later. Anyway, one of the last things we want to talk about, we have a coupon code from a sweater that designer that Laura tested.
Yeah.
Test-knit.
Yeah, so Joan of Paper Moon Knits, I test knit that beautiful, I was wearing it in the last episode, the Oxalis sweater that was in the Stolen Stitches Nua worsted, which I loved, and I love the sweater. So she has very generously offered a code, the code POSSE, Posse, for 25% off of the pattern, which is now live on Ravelry. For the Oxalis sweater for 2 weeks from the day we post this, which will be November 24th. So yeah, thank you, Kate.
Yep.
And the other thing is she also gave me 2 codes to our followers for a free pattern. And I think what we can just do with that is in the comments below, if you're interested in the Oxalis and want to knit it, just leave that in your comments. You can tell us other things in the comment, but let us know if you're interested, and then we'll just pick 2 at random and give you the code. So, but everyone else can get 25% off for the next 2 weeks, which was very sweet. She's really lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful sweater too.
The last thing is we wanted to show, as we were talking about makers, is we all received a gift. Do we all have them handy? In the mail. This is from Tish.
Yep, Tish, you got a bag.
You got a bag. It's her Etsy shop, and she sent each of us. Oh, perfect.
Higher, yeah.
Yep, there you go.
You got a bag on Etsy. And we thought it'd be fun. They're actually specifically tagged for each of us. Mine has my name on it. Mm-hmm. And she sent us each a gift, and she sent us one for a future giveaway as well. So we are going to open them now and see what's inside.
Do it real fast.
And she's a really good wrapper, because I tried to peek and I tucked and looked, and she wrapped this really well. So there was no peeking.
I like mine.
Oh,
okay. Yay.
Can you see
these are nice? They're like,
look at the sparkle.
A little bit.
That's awesome.
There's a sparkle on it. It's a nice size bag.
Yeah, and it stands up.
Project. But
yes, these are beautiful.
The pattern that she gave us for a giveaway also. So
yeah, I'm gonna hold up her tag here while we're all looking.
Tish is on Etsy, as you can see, and
beautiful.
Yeah, she does other projects also. I think face masks I saw on there, and all different size project bags. But
yeah,
Tish, thank you so much.
Thank you. Go check her out.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the holidays now.
I love the zipper pull too.
I do too. Zipper pull.
Yeah.
We all
have the same one. Yep, little green.
Yeah. Very
Thank you so much, Tish.
Oh,
that is beautiful.
You.
So you'll see this one in the future again as a giveaway. So but maybe we could put her link below too, or
I will. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yes.
So I feel like, is that all of our administration?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go around with what we're wearing. So Kim is passing out on this one, but Kate is first. Kate, what are you wearing?
I am wearing my droplet capelet. I've worn it before on the podcast. Again, it's like 70 degrees outside, so I have like a short sleeve shirt on with it. This is by Denise Bayron, and it is knit in a verb for keeping warm floating, which is a mix of alpaca, silk, and cashmere. So I actually prefer to wear it with short sleeves because it's so soft. So that is what I'm wearing.
Beautiful. Laura?
I was scrambling for something to wear, and I decided to wear my Elorie by Blue Bee Studios. The pattern originally was a linen pattern. It's for Quince & Co. Kestrel. But I had a mohair that I wanted to use, and I got the Espace Tricot Grace yarn in a matching color, and it's just fun. And it's, 3/4 sleeves. It's kind of swingy, so even though it's warm today, I'm not sweating yet. I might have to take it off.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm wearing a finished object. It is the
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of where the wow is, right?
I didn't even know you had it on.
Yeah.
I know. This is the, I can't pronounce the name of it, but S-U-O-L-A-U-L-U. Salalulu?
Salalulu or something, yeah.
Salalulu, I don't know. I saw it on Instagram, and every photo of the sweater I fell in love with. So I had to knit it. The yarn it was designed was very reasonably priced. It's Pegulal, I think is the name. I've showed the tag, which, yeah, I don't have anymore on hand. I've showed it on a few episodes now. It is a, you might be able to see, I chose the green. It's almost a heathered. It has blue and yellow coloring in this dark green and a natural color. And I just thought it was fun. I liked that the color work was at the waist instead of the neckline. And every photo, it looks so stunning. I probably love the photos more than my own finished object. And I made some modifications.
Of course.
Of course. I lengthened the sleeves. They ended up coming out to be full length for me. And I ended up knitting it, switching my needle size constantly. This yarn is really quite thin. This is all that I have left. Is I have some of the
yarn chicken.
That's all of the green. Well, I just knit it as long as it would go. So as the sleeves as long. The main thing I did was I kept switching my needle sizes around. It's a very, very thin yarn, but it's not a lace. It's a fingering, and I needed to get the right fabric and gauge the color work. If I'd changed needle sizes for the color work to I went up a size. I don't always do that for the color work, but sometimes you need to. And the last thing is, this is knit waist up, and you stop at the sleeves and go back and forth. The yarn, because it's so fine, my tension was really getting off. It wasn't blooming and filling in nicely, which it has even better now that it's blocked. So I added a 7-stitch steek for this sleeve. I added one for this sleeve, and then I knit until the front, which is lower, with the steeks. And then I cut them, and it's a perfect yarn for steeking because it really is quite woolly. It's nice because it's thin. So if you don't, it's one thing if you don't like the feel of a toothy yarn to knit with. It's another thing to wear it. And when the yarn is thin and it makes a thin fabric, I find it a little more pleasant, I guess I would say. So this is just off the blocking wires. It needs the ends woven, but it's pretty much done. We'll see if I can keep it on the whole video.
Yeah.
The designer is named Jenna K, and it is on Ravelry. It was just something different, and it's probably my last sweater of 2020. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, moving on to finished objects. Any others?
I have a lot of those actually.
Okay, hit it.
Okay, so my first one, you've seen it many times before, but look at that. It's Rich's
So
sweater.
nice.
It's done. The zipper's in. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Karen and Felicia at Pick Up Every Stitch in Mount Kisco. They helped me out with the zipper, and Rich wore it this weekend and he loved it. So that is done.
It's beautiful, Kate.
Thank you.
Really?
He really likes it, and it fits him very well. It's on Instagram right now.
It is. It's a nice photo of him.
Yeah. Yeah. My next FO, Kim.
I love that picture.
We're twinning. So these are
identical twins. No.
These are the Forager Sweater. It was Kim and I did a test knit for Isabell Kraemer. We used Nature's Luxury Town and Country Cashmere.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait till it gets cold again.
Me too. It's so cozy.
We finished them and it's been like 65 to 70 degrees out ever since. So I have not had the chance to wear it yet, but the pattern is so well written. The shoulder shaping is I don't know if you can even see it there, but it's very cool. The little details in it, the little mock cables in the front and the back, on the sleeves and on the side. There's a lateral braid at the end of the sleeves and on the bottom. And it's
beautiful.
It's perfection.
It is perfection. And I think she said that the pattern's coming out soon.
I think soon, yes.
Yeah, no,
very soon.
Right. I think
she said it's like in a final tech edit right now, because today was the deadline for all the testers to finish. So
I didn't do any modifications, but I did write in my Ravelry page that it does run smaller, this sweater, than some of her other sweaters. So when the time comes, just read what we wrote, and take that into, consideration. I would definitely go up a size if you're teetering.
Yes, definitely. And I actually did a couple of modifications. I didn't start my sleeve decreases till I got to my elbow, because the sleeves were pretty tight at the top, and I made it a little bit longer in the body.
Me too, for sure.
Yeah.
So another beautiful Isabell Kraemer.
Love it. Yes. Okay, and then I just have a parade of hats. So the first one is the Amaretto Hat. This is by Thea Coleman, and it's right here. And this I knit for Rich for a Christmas gift. It's in the Mayak Tibetan Cashmere. And I did, so it has a tubular, and I haven't woven in the end yet. It has a tubular cast on, and this one's a little messy. I didn't like how it came out, and I was thinking about maybe frogging it back, which is why I hadn't tucked in the ends, but Kim and Lorien said it's a hat, don't worry about it. Move on. So
and once you put it on, you can't see it. Yeah.
You can't see it as much. Yeah. And it's for Rich, so I won't be wearing it. So my next one is actually an acquisition, which is now already an FO. Wow. This is called the Super Bulky Slouch Hat, and it is by Karen Altabeth, and she is one of the workers at Pick Up Every Stitch, the yarn shop in Mount Kisco that saved Rich's sweater. So while I was there, I bought a few different skeins, and this was one of them. She had a sample knit up in it, and I have 7 nieces that I need to do gifts for, and they're all younger. So I bought 2 skeins of this. It is Malabrigo Rasta in the color Unicorn Bark.
Thank you.
But it was a really fun knit, and the brim is double, so it's a cozy hat.
What a lovely gift for them.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
My next hat is called the Mitra Hat, and it's by Shelley Anderson. It is knit in Woolfolk Luft, and this was yarn that I had left over from my Berg that I knit. And I just weighed the hat and the yarn that I had left, and I have enough to do one more hat. So There we go, another gift, check. This one also has a tubular cast on, but this one came out much nicer than the one on the Amaretto Hat, and they're done in 2 different ways. So I guess I kind of like this way better. It looks a little neater.
Also, did you change needle size for your tubular cast on?
I did not, no. But
the whole thing, tubular, I think is supposed to be stretchy. So I've actually usually gone down a needle size so that it is sort of a little neater and crisper. And then,
with this one, that's what I should have done. I didn't know that before. And I actually had watched a couple of tutorials on YouTube now, and somebody had mentioned that. Yeah. So for this one, if I had gone down a needle size, I think it would have been fine. Yeah. This one I didn't, and it came out okay.
Looks great. Maybe it's that different technique,
It could be, yeah. With this one, you used a waste yarn to start with, and then you did the setup rows. With the other one, you just kind of went for it. And then my last FO is Another hat.
Oh, I like that one.
Ooh.
So this hat was, well, not this exact hat, but this pattern was a test knit that I did way back in like February, March, before the world closed. And it was a test knit for Making Stories magazine. The hat is called the Multitudes Hat, and it's by Hannah Lisa Haferkamp. And the original pattern has baubles that are in between here in a few different places. On the test knit hat that I made, I did do the baubles. I do not enjoy baubles.
I'm not a fan of baubles either.
So for this one, I just did the cable part, and I'm very happy with it. This was a stash skein of yarn that I had. It is Pearl Soho flax down.
Very pretty.
In the natural colorway. And I actually made it a little bit longer. I did an extra repeat of part of the cable pattern so that it was a little longer. And it may be a gift knit, or I may keep this one for myself. I haven't decided yet.
I like that one too. Yeah.
Have you tried knitting baubles without turning your work?
Wait, I don't remember how I did. I don't remember how I did them the last time.
Yeah, because I find it much more pleasant if I don't have to turn my work. And I watched a video that I don't know, maybe a year or two ago.
I think Dinah did it, right?
Yeah,
the video.
It made a huge, big change in my opinion on baubles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it looks good without them.
It looks great.
I do. It does. I think you can focus on the cables really without the distraction of a bauble.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's nice.
So I'm in full-on hat mode. And those are my FOs.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
So my Forager was the big FO, and we did it in the time limit we were supposed to. So yay, even though
yes.
So of course after that, a hat is always the way to go if you want to cleanse that palette. So I did a Gimme Shelter hat, and I had this yarn already. It was Lana Grossa Landlust merino.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah. I bought it at WIPs a while ago. So it's just a plain old little hat here, but I like it because it has a nice long little brim. So that'll be just a gift hat for somebody or whatever. But that's, then I started some other projects, but I have a couple things in acquisitions that I'll talk about. So that's it for me, the hat and a sweater, which is plenty.
That's the hat I made for Ian last Christmas.
That's what I copied. Yeah. I think my son John will like it too.
Yeah.
It's, no frills, easy to keep him warm. I won't cry if he loses it or throws it in the wash. That's what he gets.
Yep. So. Nice.
Great. And Laura, any FOs?
My only FO, and I just haven't shown it here, is my terrazzo, which I love everything about. Except for how fuzzy it is, and it will be almost impossible. Well, now you can kind of see.
No, you can see it.
It's a little fuzzy, but the thing about it is, like, this is the Noro Silk Garden Sock Solo, blah blah blah, something like that, in the color that Petite Knits specified, which is hard to find, but I ended up finding at my local yarn shop because they don't carry it, but somebody there wanted to knit this and ordered a whole bag of it, and there was enough left over. But I love the mohair because it softens the colors, but I don't like the fact that it's so fuzzy. But anyway, it's a great sweater. I love the fit. I love, I copied Kim. I at first did the waistband the way she specified, and it was sort of pulling in too much, so I actually cut it off because you can't tear frog back that much with mohair, but fortunately I had enough, and then I just did a split hem. I love it. I just wish it wasn't quite so fuzzy, so we'll see how much wear it gets.
You try to shave it?
I did not. I was worried it might kill my gleaner if I tried that, but anyway, it's a great sweater. I'd love to knit it although I'm on a different one similar, but I'll talk about that maybe another time. But it's a great sweater. It's just a little too fuzzy for me, but c'est la vie.
I have a couple of FOs, some of which, well, one is right here in my possession. So I finished this pair of socks. Ooh. Yay, I'm so excited to use a blocker. I don't block my socks. These are my own vanilla sock recipe-ish.
I love that yarn.
Thank you. The yarn is by Tricot. She is out of France. A gorgeous yarn dyer. It's very interesting. I'm guessing I switched. Well, I don't know what I used. I used a different needle, and I might have used a different size. Even the stripes looks different on the heel. This is an afterthought heel. That's my preferred. I can't tell you how many stitches. I think it was a 48, and I think I knit them on 2s, but I could be wrong. I didn't save those details. I started these a bit ago, and I do have the other one. Just
yay!
Yeah, and they're a yak silk, or yak. Ooh. They have yak in them. They're very soft. Oh. So I have about 20 pairs already of hand knit socks. Wow. And so I took a break, but some of them have started. One has gotten a hole in the heel. I've repaired it. One got a hole so big now I just sleep with them because I can't bring myself to throw it out. But I'm starting sock knitting up again. I think I might do a little 10-minute just solo takeover tutorial or just about my sock journey, because I spent a summer just experimenting, and it's too long to break into everybody else's updates here. We'll be there for a bit too long. I also knit this. I knit a hat.
Oh, cute.
That's how big it is. There's my finger. I gave it to Carolyn with her shawl. This is from Jodi Brown of the Grocery Girls Hat Vent pattern. Hat Vent 2019. She's got Hat Vent 2020, and I'm going to buy that. That is some of my plans to knit that. We have quite a few holiday decorations. We do Hanukkah and Christmas here in our home, and nothing's handmade. I realized nothing I've handmade. So I really want to do the Hat Vent pattern. I also finished Carolyn Shaw, which I put on our Instagram on Halloween, and now Carolyn has it. So that is a Codicus by Caitlin Hunter, Boylan Knitworks. It's knit in Carolyn's DK, her merino DK in 4 colors: tiger, viola, forest, and my favorite, milk and honey. And I hope she enjoys wearing it. I knit something else, but it's not here. My usual office is there's wallpaper and not anymore, and it's being painted. And so I tried to knit for the Benjamin Matthews Knit Along that Needles at the Ready podcast is running this month, and the yarn wasn't the right pairing. It was a hat, and there was a texture in it. It didn't work. I had some colors in the hat. So I just used the stitch count and made a hat with it. So I'll show it another time. And I think that and my sweater are FOs. So moving on to WIPs. Kate.
I have no WIPs right now. I finished that Mitra hat last night, and my needles are clear. I know.
Excellent. Wow. All right, Kim.
I have 2 WIPs. I started the Berg sweater by Julie Hoover last, I don't know, it was probably May. And June, it got too hot to knit this sweater. So I put it down, and luckily I finished that Forager. So I'm like, you know what? Before you start another sweater, you better finish this one. So the body's already done. I blocked it the other night because now I'm about to seam on the arms. And then all I have to do after that is the neckline, which I will follow Kate's modified version of the neckline. So I have to force myself to finish. It's almost done. I mean, my gosh, I'll probably just sew it up tonight, maybe tomorrow, and then all I'll have to do is cast on for the neckline. But while that was drying, I did cast on another sweater. I've been wanting to make the rug by Junko
Okamoto?
Okamoto? Yeah. Okamoto, yeah. So I'm sorry, my light is really bad. So I love the one that Espace Tricot made, and it's just the Lopi yarn. They did it in the off-white and then just the jet black. Super easy sweater. I mean, I just started this, and this is how far I've gotten already. I am not catching my floats. I read a couple different people's opinions on that. Some of them are very long. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Yeah. But they said with this yarn, they tend to felt later on. And so, and then what I didn't like was people caught the
and you can see
yarn here, and I can see, and that bothered me. Yeah. So for the 4 times I'm going to wear this sweater when it's 40 below out, I'll be careful when I put it on, you know? So fun knit.
And I haven't that snowshoeing up in Vermont.
Yeah, that's exactly. It might be a little, bit of a coat type of sweater, just
put your gloves on before you put the sweater on, then your wings will catch the floats.
Exactly. If I get stuck, I'll call you guys. So I bought that yarn. I've had this in my stash for a while. And again, that's been in my queue for a while. So it was time. And I know this will be a quick one. So that 2 sweaters coming up, Berg and the rug. So
the Berg, you're gonna love it. I wore mine Saturday night. We went to dinner at a friend's house and we ate outside on the patio, and Rich wore his new sweater and I wore my Berg, and it's really, it's not heavy. Like you think it would be heavy. It's not. It was really comfortable. So,
and that breathes, that yarn. I feel
yes,
so
definitely.
luxurious. It definitely doesn't, it just breathes.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to wearing that. It'll get done for sure. And that's it.
Okay.
Super, Laura.
Okay. So I was going through a little bit of a knitting funk, especially when I finished that terrazzo. I was kind of bummed that I love the sweater, but I didn't like the mohair, and I keep finding sweaters that I want to make, but I don't really need any more sweaters. I actually just got the rest of my sweaters out and realized I have too many sweaters. So I decided to go through my stash and look for something that sparked joy to get some mojo back. And I decided to knit the Drifter shawl by Tammy Gore. It can be, you can do either 2 colors or 3 colors. And I had 3 skeins. It's all kind of a mess here.
Your thong has gotten really big.
I know. It's a 3. It's almost like a gradient, although they weren't sort of together, but they really all relate to each other really well. And it's La Bien-Aimée Cashmerino that I purchased at Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam last Christmas when I was fortunate enough to be there. It's very hard to see these colors, but it's beautiful. It's really soft. Actually, it goes nicely with this sweater.
It does.
I have certain colors that I'm drawn to, even though they aren't necessarily the best color on me. I just love. So I actually, that kind of got my mojo going. And then I decided I kind of had put that a little bit on hold. Because
Laura, what shape will that be when you finish? What shape is that shawl?
It's just a long, skinny triangle. This part here isn't that wide. So it's really just a long, skinny, and it's lightweight, so it will wrap well. So then I decided I really needed to start gift knitting, because I really don't need any more shawls, even though I'm knitting one. I don't need any more sweaters. So I was going to start my gift knitting, and I'm starting with my husband. That's not my husband, but
he kind of looks like him.
My husband's fault. This is the Toughnut scarf by Martha Wissing Designs, and one of the reasons I was drawn to it, I think I found it because I was looking for projects in the Stolen Stitch's newest sport. The oxalis that I made was in the worsted, and I love that yarn, and I wanted to do something in the sport. So I started on that.
Oh, very pretty.
I'm hoping he likes it. It's a green, gray, blue, and these 2 colors are always like alternating garter panels, and then these 2 colors alternate with you know, different stitch designs. And it's just a nice scarf. I hope it's not too colorful for him. I think it will look good on him. And then I have some future plans, which I'll talk about at the end, for my children and other gift knitting. And that's it.
Nice. I am, as I said, relocated, and the sun is chasing me around my table.
Me too. I'm getting 3rd-degree burns on my chest.
So now I'm relocating just so you could see a little bit better. Hopefully, I just keep changing seats around my tiny kitchen table here, and pretty soon my dog's about to bark at me from the kitchen door because he wants to come in. So I'm going to move quickly. I have 3 WIPs. I wasn't sure I was going to show this, but I'm going to show it because I was just going to save it for a grand reveal and never show it in progress. But I had to cast on, well, I had to get yarn and then cast on for a shawl that I don't need, but I really don't have black. I decided I do not have a black shawl. This one is black and white, and then I'm going to make a black one eventually. It's actually a 3-color pattern. It's by Natasha Hornby, Moonstruck Knits. This is the Antha shawl. I'm knitting it in Jamieson's Shetland Spindrift in black. I think it's called Natural White.
How does that yarn feel, Lorien?
It is toothy, not gonna lie. It's a toothy yarn, but I think it's gonna soften with wear and blocking. And this is what it's designed in. And I cannot wait to finish it. The border is what it's all about. It's a 3-color pattern, and I just could not pick a 3rd color. I did not need gray, did not want gray. I just mixing with the light. I was told I needed to go rent office space because I was filming a podcast. Want to come say hi? Yeah. Well, anyway, I needed to tackle this, but I didn't really need it. But I do also have plans at some day to make an all black shawl. My tips for knitting with black yarn are you need to use a lighter color needle, and you need to do what I'm not doing, which is use a lighter color cord or a clear cord so you can see your knitting.
So what color did you decide to do the border in?
No, it's all black and white.
Oh,
so
okay.
When I looked at the pattern, I realized I did not need to use the 3rd color.
Gotcha.
So it's the border is 2 colors. All the color work is 2 colors. And you know what? The one thing you might not be able to tell with the black is that it's got texture here.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
No, I didn't see that before.
Right. So it's more subtle with all black. Yeah. But I looked at every color and I just could not get comfortable with, I don't know, it just wasn't what I wanted. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. You know, we've seen other patterns like a Birkin sweater, for example, right? Yeah. Where it's in multiple colors of the color work, but then you see it in just 2 tones and it's so
beautifully. Yeah. That's one of my favorite ones actually, without the color.
I ended up making mine in 2 colors because we had seen that at Rhinebeck. Or maybe online somewhere.
It was Rhinebeck.
Yeah. So that's one WIP. And then the other WIP is, like I said, I've returned to socks. I want to thank one of our viewers and a designer, Jackie Parada, who goes by designs under JP Knits 1. This is her Saturday night sock.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. Okay, it has a cable. Well, so I modified. It has just a 2x2 rib on the back side, and the design has a 2x2 rib on the entire leg. And I decided and this cable goes on the top of the foot, and I wanted to see that beautiful cable. Yeah, so I decided to make the front of the leg the cable, the back is the rib.
That's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to make them a bit longer. I'm knitting this in yarn that I won from a giveaway online by Mandy's Making. And this is her sport weight. and the color's called A Firm Foundation. And it was when I showed the yarn on the podcast that Jackie saw it and said, hey, I have a sock pattern for you. I'll gift it to you. So I had to knit it. And this is how I prefer to knit socks. 2 at a time. Yeah, twisted. 2 at a time, magic loop. And these are my, when I like, I'm going to finish these in November because I want to knit the Cozy Knitter Advent and keep up with that skein as it was designed to be. But so I'm just giving myself the month of November to finish those. But and the cable's very memorizable. It's basically two of the 4 rounds are knit and 2 are the cable pattern. So it's pretty easy to memorize, and I'm having fun with it. It happens to be 56 stitches, and I'm knitting them on a 2. I think she calls for a large, yeah, I'm knitting them on a 2, a US 2. She calls for a smaller needle size, but when you put cables on fabric, it pulls it in. So I thought I would go up a little bit to widen it. And yeah, 56 stitches. So and then as it's chugging away, I have my square a day blanket. I decided I'm going to call it my 2020-2020. So it's going to have 20 blocks, this 20 blocks, and each block is 20 stitches, and we can put this year to bed. So I realized to get there, I needed to kind of amp up production because I really want this done. I've never done a year-long project before, and it's large now.
I bet.
But I want to finish it by the end of this calendar year, and at least finish the knitting. The ends are going to take probably all of 2021 to be in, which I'm going to do as I sit with it and lounge with it this winter. Why I'm not going to not use it. I do need to do an I-cord around the edge just to make it look a little more finished. So I'm giving myself, instead of a square a day, I've now amped up production to 2 squares a day. And
well, 20 by 20 is 400 squares, so you have to.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm on the 19th row. Wow. Outer row. So if this is what I keep adding on the outside edge, I'm on the 19th. So I'm excited because the finish line is within view. But it's been a large undertaking, but I had a lot of yarn apparently to use up. I had a lot.
You know that.
It's all fingering weight, held on its own. So I'm excited that I can see the end. We will see how knitting an I-cord. I'm just applying an I-cord. And I'm saving the scraps of the yarn as I go to try to use that up as well. Those are my WIPs. Anyone have any acquisitions?
I have a few, but Kate, do you?
I bought the Malabrigo, the unicorn bark, and then I also bought a skein of the Blue Sky Fibers extra Aran weight, because when I was at Pick Up Every Stitch, they had a really cute hat that used Mondo pom-pom yarn. And so I thought that would be really cute with this. Beautiful. Right?
Oh, great. Because I have that yarn too. So
do you remember the name of the hat?
I believe it was just one of their patterns. I'm just going to.
Is it just like a stripe of it, or is it all throughout it?
It's all throughout the body of the hat.
Nice.
So
cute.
I might try and find some purple yarn to maybe do like the brim in the purple just to brighten it up a little bit, and then do the
fake baubles.
The what?
Fake baubles.
Yeah, exactly. Already done. Yeah. And this yarn is called Mondo Fill O'Share Pon Pon yarn. And I originally used this to make a baby blanket. I got it at the knitting place from Dinah out on Long Island. So
that'll be a fun hat.
Yeah, I'd like that.
So that would be pretty. Cute. Another niece, check.
Nice, good. You're good on.
Kim.
I hope my nieces aren't watching right now. So I'm sure they are, just what they want to do. Yeah, I made some purchases too. I was just minding my own business at home. And Dinah from Knitted Knitting Place posted an unboxing live, and she and Pam got me. So I went on and she was unboxing. She had a Rauma design book, and I can't find it right now, but it had beautiful sweaters in it. And I was just curious to see what it looked like. So I picked up that. And yes, I'm doing some hats also. I'm doing the Mitra hat also, as well as Kate, and the Tread hat. So I picked up a few things from Woolfolk, of course. This is the Far. I did it in black in this gorgeous color.
Oh, nice.
So that might be for me.
Yeah.
And the Mitra in the Luft in the same color Kate has. And then they had this really cool brownish color with a little black underneath it. So these will probably both be Mitras. And then definitely one of these will be a Tread hat. And then the other one. So I'm with you, Lorien. Like I wear black all the time in the winter. Like that's my go-to sweater. That's my go-to color. So I think I'm going to do a few black accessories. Just so why not? Why am I going to buy that somewhere else? And and I think I want to put a black sweater on my list to knit also in the future. So thank you, Knitting Place. By the way, I ordered it. It was she texted me when it went live. So I went online and ordered it. I swear it came that afternoon. Honest to God, it came in the morning. I don't even think it went through my credit card yet. They're in Long Island. They're about an hour from us.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I couldn't believe it. I think it's taken me longer to get Christmas cards from my neighbors than it did with this. So thank you, Dinah. So
that's great.
Those are a few cushy acquisitions. Oh, it's so soft.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I love Woolfolk.
And the Tread hat, is that the one by Shannon Cook?
Shannon Cook.
Yeah, I love that hat.
I do too.
I did that one too.
Maybe next time I'll have it and I can show you.
Yeah.
It's a keeper. That's it for me.
Laura, have you bought anything lately?
I don't have anything here, but I have, I'm going to make 2 cowls. The Snuggle is Real. Have you ever seen that? Oh, good. I'm going to make matching ones of those for my son and his partner. And then for my other 2 kids, the Fiber Company just released the one sock pattern. So I'm going to try to jump back in with socks again. It's for their amble yarn, and they show that, I think you get, I haven't bought the pattern yet, but you get like a whole, I think it'll be like a good learning point to start. The ones that I picked that were in that beautiful 52 weeks of socks, they were just a little too ambitious for my first pair. So these are just a very simple, and it's really about construction. And I think I'm going to do some socks and hats for my other 2 boys. So
great.
Stuff is ordered, but I haven't got it yet.
So one of the things, I've bought a few things, as I said before, in the beginning of our podcast. And one of the things I've found that I can't resist is towards the end of the year, dyers in particular, will do mystery gift bags. And so you don't know exactly what colors or maybe what basis you're getting, but maybe it's just they have some odds and ends skeins, maybe they have some one-of-a-kinds, and I've splurged a few times. But the one that I've received so far is from Mandy's Makings. She's the one who dyed the sock yarn for the socks I'm knitting, and she did mystery bags. Now, I also wanted to just give her a shout out because I want to read the back of this card. Our mission to provide high quality handcrafted items to our valued customers at a reasonable cost while bringing awareness to human trafficking and giving back to those affected. By purchasing our products, you are also providing gifts and school supplies for children, household goods for shelters, and support for businesses employing survivors. So you can get good and do good at the same time. I also think it's really nice when a maker gives you a handwritten card when you order from their shop. That to me is just like, of all the things, she's taken the time to write a quick note. So I thought that was really sweet. So this was a mystery bag. I knew it was 2 skeins, and I asked for either, it was, one of the options was sock or GK. I didn't want more fingering, and I have to get, you know, you get the colors you get. So, but these are beautiful. So I got 2 skeins. She sent me 2 skeins of her sock. Oh, no, sorry, of her sport. So I did sport / GK. This color is called Fresh Mango, a little blown out there, but it's a peach, a very light peach.
Pretty.
Yeah, and hers is 100% superwash. And I got another one of her sport, which is, it's hard to see. It's almost like a dip dye, like this end is mint. It's a richer mint. The sun again is chasing me. It's called Sage Sprouts. So I have to open this one up and understand how the color is going to work out. But then to me, like, this is fun for gifts, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it quite yet, but it was fun to support. The other thing is these things tend to come at a pretty good price when you're not picking your own. So so I have done this a couple of times. Skein Cocaine offered it last year. That's where I got the skein that's going into the giveaway. And you have to keep kind of an eye out for them. Another dyer that we all like did that recently, and I was able to grab one of probably only like 25 bags. So I cannot wait for it to ship, because it may end up as gifts for the posse here. We'll have to see what comes. So that was my recently received acquisition. And I think that wraps us up. Anything else?
Kim's trying to get out of the sun.
I know. We love the sun, right? We won't see the sun much soon.
There you go.
But it doesn't do for cameras.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
All right.
Dermatologist after this.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much everything, right? Did we have anything else to show or share or suggest?
No, I don't think so.
Thank you for all the great comments that you all leave. We love reading them and responding to them, and on both YouTube and on Instagram. And again, remember our Ravelry giveaway. Go visit it. Go nominate somebody.
Right, and if you are interested in the Oxalis pattern, note that in the comments. If you have a maker who you suggest everyone support, please put that in the comments. It's always nice. We encourage everybody to try to shop small. The big companies are definitely booming from the pandemic anyway. So it's our small makers and small businesses that really need our help right now. In order to keep chugging through these times.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it. Maybe we might get another one in before Thanksgiving. Otherwise, it'll be just U.S. Thanksgiving. Otherwise, it'll be just after.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.